Hello, Squirrel Tribe. It is Monday, my dudes. Hopefully everybody had a lovely weekend, even with the time change and everything else. Hopefully everybody made it to where they needed to be on Sunday on time, and you guys had a nice weekend. So I've got my handy dandy computer right here, right? And I pulled up Yahoo just to see. I like to look at Yahoo every day to see what they've put up there. I check everybody. I check, the New York Post. I check the New York Times. I check Washington Post, I think is what it's called. CNN. I check CNBC. I check MSN. I check all different kinds of things just to see who is saying what's going on where, because it's better to have an idea about everything across the board than to only be focused on one specific source, if you will. So I pull up Yahoo today. And I understand why so many people are so friggin' stressed right now and why it's hard for people to be in that cheery, upbeat mood. And I'm going to say, pre-March 2020, I feel like there was way more happiness in the country, in the world before the pandemic. And since then, it feels like it's been hard to try to get back to that place emotionally and mentally for a lot of people. I pull up Yahoo, and the first thing you see, which I guess is a good thing here, you see Biden, right? You see here, it says Biden targets ultra wealthy, offers more aid for families in new budget proposal. Okay, well, that sounds good. And then you go down, excuse me, in the very next article, young men in Atlanta knocked out, kidnapped, and robbed after visiting bars in Buckhead. So your first thought is, well, I'm not going to go to bars in Buckhead. Then the next one goes down. Counselor recalls morning of Michigan school attack when parents declined to take shooter home. So we have another horrific story there, right? Then you have 5 people found dead at a Honolulu home in an apparent murder-suicide. Next one, 3 dead, 5 wounded in shooting at Arkansas party. Next one we here have kidnapped baby Halo Branton found at New York electric plant dies at hospital, no arrest announced. Next one, Biden-Trump issued dire warnings of the other as rematch comes into view in Georgia. Next one, missing Florida mom found trapped inside shipping container. Next one, Phoenix firefighter allegedly caused $25,000 in damage to townhome after resident threatened to expose his affair. Next one, Missouri girl in critical condition after teen brutally assaulted her near high school. Next one, toddler lone survivor after Wisconsin crash kills 9, including 7 Amish community members. And it goes on and on and on. You're constantly hit with all of this negativity when you want to hear about all the things that are going on in your country, in your city, in your state, your country, the world, whatever. And it's like they just constantly throw all this negative stuff at us in order to keep us in this fear loop. I want to call it a fear loop or a a lot of people call it doom scrolling, I think is like the phrase where people are looking for stuff like this and they're constantly scrolling. This is me scrolling, by the way. This is what this motion is. I'm not having some weird seizure over here. This is the scrolling on the computer, right? Where you're constantly looking for the next, thing that you should be worried about and scared about and whatever else. And I feel like we've been programmed over the last few years to act that way, to feel the need to be fully prepared. Nothing wrong with being fully prepared, but it feels like we're so focused on all of the negative things that we're not actually, I would say, preparing correctly for ourselves, for our families, for our lives, for our futures. People are so worried about, got to get this gas mask in case there's a nuclear bomb. Got to get, 85 pounds of rice in case there's the famine. And those things, they make sense, right? But at the same time, it's like, why are we also not talking about got to get out of debt so that I don't have to rely on a job in case I get laid off to be able to pay for things? What if I've already got everything paid off? There's no debt. Nobody can come take my house away. Nobody can come repossess my car. Nobody can come take whatever it may be, right? There's other things out there besides all this negativity that need to be talked about. So today I went to Sam's Club. Today. Not my favorite place to go. Y'all know this. I wish I had a Costco here, but the closest one there's one in Tallahassee and I think there's one in Mobile. Either way, it's a 2-hour drive either direction. And that's a weekend trip. That's not a Monday thing because heaven forbid I can't get back in time to get the kid from school, whatever, right? So what was I saying? So I went to Sam's Club this morning because I needed a few things. And when I go there, I do like to dawdle mosey around, just check everything out and see what's what. You know, I'm kind of curious. It's harder for me to compare Sam's Club stuff than it was for Costco because I pretty much lived in Costco in 2020 and 2021 until we moved here to Okaloosa in Florida. Okaloosa County. I was in there all the time. So I could tell you, I could say, man, this six pack of Green Giant green beans that went up 10 cents since last week. Cause I knew to the penny the majority of prices because it was very important to me at the time. It's still very important, but I don't go to Sam's Club often enough to notice if there's like a 5-cent difference or a 10-cent difference. But I do notice when it's dollars upon dollars difference. Okay. So I went to Sam's Club today and a lot of the things that I looked at, like there's this thing of razors, these Venus razors. I always get the refills for because it's a better idea to go get, I think it's like 15 refills and one handle than it is to buy new razors every single, couple weeks or every single month, right? For legs and whatnots. So it used to be that they were $29.99. Well, today they were $34.99. That's a massive price jump for the same thing that I got literally a month ago. And it's the exact same product, exact same thing. But then I go over to the food department and it feels like some of the prices have come down on certain things, like the frozen broccoli that I get sometimes over there. It actually went down like 15 cents. But then the eggs that I get, the organic cage-free, I prefer pasture-raised, but Sam's Club does not carry organic pasture-raised. They either carry organic cage-free or pasture-raised non-organic. And I'm going to pick organic over non-organic every time, right? So the organic ones were $7.59 today. They used to be $7.29. You're thinking, well, it's only 30 cents. But yeah, when you're trying to buy 4 or 5 things of eggs, it does start to add up over time. That's 30 cents that could have been spent somewhere else. A lot of things are going up in price while other things are coming down in price. So it's going to be that seesaw, that teeter-totter kind of thing when you guys go to the grocery store. But the plus that I saw at Sam's Club, and I don't want to look at this as like a gift horse in the mouth or like a it's here today, be gone tomorrow kind of thing. I'd like to look at this as hopefully this is the track that we're on now. I went in Sam's Club and the meat section, completely full. I mean, they had pork chops, they had lamb chops, not like the puppet, but the other one. But lamb chops, pork chops, they had ground beef, they had ground turkey, they had all the parts of the chicken that you could possibly want, except for like chicken feet. I'm pretty sure that's a Walmart thing. Chicken feet and chicken livers and cases and containers like that. That feels very Walmart-y. Sam's Club is a little bougier, I guess, than regular Walmart. Same mom and dad, technically, just, different brothers. So Walmart's got the some things, Sam's Club has the other. But they had a ton of everything meat-wise on the shelf. They had salmon, they had ground turkey, ground beef, the steaks, they had shrimp, they had all different kinds of stuff. Like I said, tons of chicken. And I have not seen it that full inside a Sam's Club in a very, very long time, which makes me want to say, man, I hope that means they're done telling us that there's an avian flu. Hopefully they're done telling us that there are, chicken plant fires or chicken coop fires. I don't really know how you're supposed to phrase that. Hopefully there's no more explosions. Hopefully there's none of these things. And I know hope isn't a thing, but you got to have hope. I was thinking about that yesterday. I've been watching this show called Once Upon a Time. I just finished season 6 and it's about to start season 7. And at the end of season 6, it's all about how without hope, there's no point in anything. You have to have hope. The second you give up hope is when everything is bleak and dreary and just awful. And I feel like there's too many people out there who have given up hope that things will get better, or have given up hope that they can be better, or they've given up hope that they can do this or afford that or whatever else. And I think that no matter what, at the end of the day, you have to hold on to that hope. I would say, especially if you are faith-based, if you have any sort of faith whatsoever in whoever you have faith in, there's different denominations out there. Denominations? That sounds like money. That's right though, right? Denominations is like what you call the differences in like Catholic, Baptist, Presbyterian, Amish, all these different things. Y'all, I'm having a massive brain fart right now. I'm pretty sure that's right. Non-denominational. Yeah, so it's denominations. Okay, there we go. Whatever it is that you believe in, you can't believe and not have hope at the same time. So I feel like it'll be easier for people to remember that hope is still alive if you still have your faith, right? I feel like those two do go hand in hand. So all these headlines that are out there today, We could talk about the illegal immigrants and, the crisis at the borders. We can talk about the fact that President Biden feels bad that he called the Venezuelan guy who murdered Laken Riley an illegal. He feels bad about it, and he's apologizing for it. Although what he should be apologizing for is the fact that he got her name wrong at the State of the Union address. That's what he should be apologizing for. We could talk about the fact that airplanes, they're like extra sketchy lately. There's been Alaska Airlines, they had the plug to the door fall off. And then yesterday or the day before, they landed and their cargo door was open. And inside the cargo area is where all of the animals were being transported. And the cargo door opening without the knowledge of the crew is extremely terrifying and scary. All these things with these little planes that have been crashing and everything else. We could talk about the fact that flying seems to be something they're trying to push us away from doing, right? But there's got to be something positive out there at the same time. It can't always be these negative, awful headlines, and it's so hard to find anything. Like, I'm literally anything you scroll through here, it's just all negative. There's nothing happy in the news. Andy McDowell's favorite shampoo and conditioner for pampering gray hair is down to $16 a set. That's what they consider good news in the midst of all of this crap they put on the internet for the news that's happening in your country, in your state, in the world, right? Fixer Upper fans have mixed reactions after Chip and Joanna Gaines make huge announcement. That's not positive. None of this is positive stuff, and I wish that they would do more. Look, both pilots fall asleep flying plane with more than 150 people on board. I know autopilot's a thing, but I'm gonna need one of y'all at least to have some coffee, maybe an espresso, if you will. Hell, drink a Red Bull. I don't care. One of y'all needs to stay awake because you just never know what's happening out there in the skies. But there's nothing happy. There's nothing entertaining. There's nothing immediately shown to you. You literally have to search for good stuff lately because they want to keep us in this fear-based living. And I don't want to do that, y'all. We cannot let them do that to us. We have got to look for good things. My dog is curled up over here. Look, I'll show you my dirty couch with there you go. There's the dog. He was over here for a second and then he moved. For those of you who are like, I love Max, show me Max. He's right there. I'm about to go to the gym in a little bit. Let's see, what time is it? 1:15. Leaving here in 15 minutes to go to the gym before I have to get the kid from school. That is my positive thing for the day. Going to the gym releases endorphins. Endorphins make you happy, and happy people find ways to hold on to hope. So everybody go out and do like 50 lunges or, run in place for 10 minutes if you can. Do something to bump those endorphins up. But there's so much going on in the world right now. And I don't want to always be about the negative stuff. There's plenty of things we could talk about today, but it was bothering me that this is what Yahoo News looks like. Just all the negative stuff on the main screen. Nothing happy here. Who is running this thing? They need somebody else in charge that can just pepper in something good every once in a while, people. Because I think we all deserve good news. We all deserve something happy. We all deserve to smile during the day instead of walking around just scared of what's coming. Housing market, whatever else. There's too much. We've got to find something to bring us joy and happiness outside of, family should hopefully do it, but it doesn't do that for everybody. Not everybody has a happy family. So, y'all, my request for you today is leave something positive in the comments, not negative, not anything to do Trump, Biden related, not anything to do with illegal immigrants, not anything to do with any of the stuff that's going on negative. Leave something positive that's happened to you, something positive you've seen happen, something positive you hope to see. I think if we can just flood the comment section with positive things, it's going to help somebody today. Somebody in the comment section will get a smile out of something somebody writes. So that is my request for you guys today, Squirrel Tribe, that we just turn this comment section into positivity and a little sprinkle, spattle, or whatever you want to call it, of hope for everybody that's reading them. So thank you for being here for the last few minutes of this. I do appreciate you all immensely, and I love you immensely as well, y'all know. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow, and we're going to try to upbeat tomorrow. There may be some serious stuff in there, but we're going to upbeat some stuff too, just so you know. All right, love y'all. Bye.